Cinch is a platform powering the latest innovation in customer service. In its own words, Cinch, quote, lets businesses reach every mobile phone on the planet in seconds or less through mobile messaging, voice and video. In other words, Cinch is the middleman that lets companies contact customers on their phones. Joining us now is Oscar Werner. He's the CEO of Cinch. Oscar, fantastic to have you on the show. We stole some of your words there, but in your own words, what is the company? What's the ambition here?
So thank you. So Sinch is, our vision is simplifying life by bringing all people and businesses closer together. What we mean by that is, what we do is a cloud communication for messaging, voice and video. So if any enterprise on the planet want to do a video call with their consumers, they want to do a voice call with their consumers, or they want to use messaging channels such as WhatsApp or Apple Business Chat or RCS or text messaging, we can power that globally.
I mean, there's never been a more important time for firms to be connected with their customers digitally. We've seen a huge rise in e-commerce, in all sorts of acceleration in digitization. And not only as a result of that, but fueled by that, your growth has been astronomical, bigger than the sector itself. So you're clearly gaining market share.
Yeah, what fascinates me about this market is I've yet to meet one single person that is not a consumer of these type of services. All of my friends, all of your friends, everybody has done a video call with a doctor or a voice call to the ride-hailing app, or they kind of used to get a message from the dentist. So this is, it's like every single person is a user, and that also means that almost every single enterprise that wants to communicate with the consumers or with their staff is a potential customer. And I have never been in such a market. This is the same penetration as mobile phones. And that is also powered. We do 126 billion, what we call engagements. That's a voice call, a video call, or messages. 126 billion a year. That means that we, on average, touch every single mobile phone on the planet, on average 14 times per year.
I mean, these are astonishing statistics. You also have, as part of your client base, 8, I believe, of the 10 largest tech companies in the world. I mean, communication, nothing more important for these guys in particular to have top notch. And if they're not happy with your services, then they go somewhere else. How do you differentiate yourself? Because there are other players out there that do similar as you.
And that's been the core to the foundation, and it speaks to what we were founded on. We were founded on service quality. We are the leader on the world in high quality, especially international service quality. So when somebody like one of these big tech companies want to power messages to every single company in the world, or every single country in the world with zero latency and extremely high quality, that's when they find us. And they have gone through the rounds. They tested a couple of rounds of suppliers, and many of them, luckily, have seen, right, in terms of service quality, we really truly stand out. And I think that's where you grow. And as you can imagine, there's no way of servicing these companies if you don't have a good service quality, because they would test you every second of the day to every country on the planet. Algorithmically, they test your systems, which is obviously great for us, because then our service quality to them, we can increase it, and all to all other customers as well, of course.
Yeah, and if you underperform, you're dumped. It's really simple. You've also described yourself as being profitable from day one. Describe what that means, because I know you recently took some money from SoftBank, and you've said this is to fuel acquisitions, but profitable from day one, Oscar?
Yeah, this is a fascinating stuff. I'm not a founder, so I should attribute it to the founder. But the founders of this business, they put in $10,000 of share capital, and the company has been profitable ever since on its own cash flow. Never needed one single dollar to fund its operations.
Wow!
So
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000, which is hard to imagine, right? And any money they've taken in has always been for doing acquisitions, but for funding the operations, always been profitable. And that's core to the company. It's like, how do you build a business by delivering enough value or large amounts of value to the customers in order to make a profit at all times? And I think that's core and ingrained in our culture, in our company. And I'm very, very proud of that, of course.
Talk to me about growth opportunities, because I know you've done an acquisition in Latin America, but India is also an area that you're eyeing as huge opportunity.
Yeah, there are growth opportunities in many areas in this business. You know, if you would speak to somebody like Gartner, they would see that CPaaS offering, global enterprises, probably 20% buy them today, while 2023, Gartner's projection is that 90% of global enterprise will leverage API-enabled CPaaS offerings. So it's a market that is growing very rapidly. And the underlying reason for that is very simple, right? The mobile communication channel is very powerful. The reason text messages exists today is that you can reach any person on the planet within seconds. And that is the only channel you can do that with. It's got 98% open rate and 95% read rate within 3 minutes. And that is obviously much better than email. If you want to have a short message, a long message you can because it's 160 characters, but if you want to reach anybody, that's a very powerful channel. What's happening now, though, is there's a lot of new channels coming on market, like WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Apple Business Chat, RCS, WeChat, KakaoTalk, Line, Telegram. There's a lot of new channels coming onto market, in which you can do more than 160 characters. You can, in principle, send an app to the phone, to your inbox. Instead, you get an app. So imagine being on the airport. If you got a mail saying your flight is canceled, you wouldn't notice, right? So you miss it. If you get a text, you notice, and then you go you call the customer care agent. You could get an RCS or a WhatsApp message saying, hey, your flight is canceled. These are 3 options to rebook. Click one and you rebook automatically.
Oh,
there are
like
three
music to my ears.
These are the 3 hotels. Click one and you book them automatically. And this is a meal voucher. Now, it's easy to see that's a 10x better service for you as a consumer, because you get rebooked faster and happier customer. It's a 10x better service for the enterprise, because what happens to them, happier customer, rebooked faster, but it's also, they don't have to have a $5 phone call into the customer care centers. They avoid a communication via voice, and you're a happier customer. So I think we can agree that's a growth opportunity.
I see the vision. I certainly do. Come back and talk to us soon. Oscar, great to chat to you, the CEO of Cinch there, and that certainly sounded like a Cinch compared to what it can be like. Thank you.